Yeah, and I think that is the opportunity. As I said to Linda, I think there's the opportunity because spas have such a relationship with that consumer. You know, people who come to a stylist, someone like yourself, where they come, that's a loyal person who's going to be with you for an hour or more. They come back regularly. Who better to engage with? Who better to, you know, build on than such a loyal base?
Or if they don't get that information and the how, and it has to come from the brand, and it has to come from the distributors. There's only one place that they listen. I can't change the way. That's an audience that we have to reach and say, maybe, and I think it's me in the world that's doing it right now. They're going, no, you have to listen to Linda Skin Diva. You have to listen to Norm Bond. You have to get them to train the salons and spas. We have to.
And to wrap it up, and you also have to listen to that customer, because like what we're seeing today is the consumer is already putting the information. I've gone to salons where I've come in to do a digital presentation, and I've gone onto like some of the platforms. It could be Foursquare, it could be Pinterest, it could be Instagram, and sometimes the clients have more information about that salon. I've gone into the salons that I didn't know. We're not on Foursquare, and some client is going in and put their location in and so forth. So you also, particularly for local businesses, if you're a day spa or sole proprietor, you have to be up on what your local customers, because sometimes in today's social media driven world, and this even happens with big companies, the consumer can take over your brand.
Yeah, big time. It happens. You should, and you were talking about the conventions or the beauty shows and so forth. I've gone to several. I went to one in Indiana. It was run by Cosmoprof. I'll just spill it because they weren't using a hashtag.
Oh, they probably won't even watch it anyway, so we can talk about them.
You're right. They're not watching me. But, they were, yeah. And here they are teaching management skills and so forth and so forth. They had their email marketing teaching was just crazy. It was so stupid. And they weren't using hashtag. They weren't communicating with the people who were buying the space to be there with. They weren't. There was no connection. There was no community.
They weren't connected with the vendors at all.
Not at all. In fact, I interviewed several vendors and then used that video for my evergreen stuff, because here's Mafia Hairdresser interviewing this person, and I made a friend, and they were all like, God, this sucks. These hair shows are over. Hair shows are done. And that was the consensus of these big companies that were renting out space. They were saying, hey, we don't think the hair show model is working at all anymore. And that was 100%. And that was just in Indianapolis, and it was one of their big hair shows. And I was like, wow, I think that's the wave of the future, talking about an industry changing.